Hey, what's up guys? This is Nightwing2303 coming at you with day 18 for 23 days of J's. This is also the only colorway of Air Jordan 18s that I own, just like some of the previous, or actually I think it was only the 17s, but I only have one pair of 17s, one pair of 18s, and that's pretty much all that's really needed. This shoe here is probably not the best looking, in my opinion. I think that from the side, like the profile view, it looks nice. I think from the front it looks kind of weird, and then from the top, like the toe down view, like I think that is horrible looking. I just think it looks so square and boxy and just strange. But from the sides, I think that they look super sick. Even from the back, they look dope. I think that's cool. But these are one of the most comfortable Air Jordans. They got full length Zoom Air, and I believe it's double stacked as well. Not much ventilation in this shoe, which is kind of a bummer, but that's never been a strong point in Air Jordans typically. So one thing that I think is cool though is the insole that they come with is lined with carbon fiber, and I think that's really awesome. Just kind of cool to see, like, to be able to take it out and just kind of feel it and all that stuff. It's pretty sweet. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And this is the pair that I will be playing in because it's the most recent retro. Or they have not. This is another one where they haven't really retroed some of those later models, but except for in the Countdown pack. So this is like the only one that I have to choose from, unless I wanted to try to grab an OG pair, which are probably made the same because they were released originally back in like 03 or something like that. And these are from 2008, I believe. So can't really be that much of a difference. I think the original pairs had like the same material up here. The black pair did, the black and royals, and then you had a white and royal with the leather upper and a white and red with the leather upper. So I think it's cool that they did a black and red because they never came out with a black and red version. At all, I don't think. They didn't come out with a black and red 18.5 or a 18 low. So, but yeah, this is the pair that I'll be playing in the my Air Jordan project, and I am actually excited to play in these because I have not ever played in a pair of 18s before, and I know that just from trying them on, they're really comfortable. So I'm curious to see how they do on court. So one thing that I did want to go over real quick though is pretty much off topic, but it does have to do with the Air Jordan project that I've been doing. Like the Air Jordan project for me is a really big kind of like learning experience for me personally, because a lot of these Jordans, like these guys here, 17s, 16s, 16, 17, even the earlier ones like the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, stuff like that, like I've never played in a pair up until this point, so I'm really kind of like learning a lot about the upgrade in technology throughout the years, which isn't very much. It's very slim, and then the overall design features, like what worked better than the previous version, or maybe what worked after that version. Like if you compare the 4 and the 5s, the 4s have such a nice fit overall when you compare them to the Air Jordan 5, but the Air Jordan 5's got a little bit more comfort. So it's kind of like a give or take thing, and you could see the progression of the line throughout the years. It's like 23 plus years in the making of every single Air Jordan. And one of the number one complaints that I get personally through emails is you're not supposed to ball in retros. Now, this is something that even I am guilty of a couple years ago, or even pretty recently before I even started the project. Even I would say, like, look, I probably wouldn't play in retros because of quality issues, which is pretty much true. Sometimes, some of the retro releases aren't up to par as far as quality, whether it be materials or the overall construction of the shoe. But some of the people are emailing me saying, look, like, you're playing in outdated technology. And I'm kind of like, it's one of those things where it's almost true, but not quite. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I've actually learned. Like I've been able to really open my mind, not be so narrow-minded within the whole, age thing with the shoes themselves, like their so-called tech and all of that stuff, because I've been really able to see truly what is outdated and what isn't. And to be perfectly honest, not much of the shoes are technically outdated. Like for example, like the Air Jordan 3. These guys are the only thing that's in here that you can consider outdated would be the material that they use for the midsole itself, which is polyurethane. Back in the 80s, late 80s and early 90s, polyurethane was the thing to use as far as foam goes. So with all things considered, yes, this section of the shoe here, the midsole, is definitely outdated. And that's a given. So, however, everything else, the bottom here, this is all rubber. They still use that today. The heel and the forefoot have airbags in them, which they still use today. The upper is leather. Definitely not the same type or quality leather, but it's still leather, and they still use that today. So I'm kind of like, well, you know, really, like, after playing in all of these shoes and then playing in between with more recent shoes like these guys right here. So on this shoe you have rubber, which is something that we have here, you know, 20 plus years ago. And then the insides, the guts, you have two different, this is from the 2011s, but you have different options. You have air or you have zoom air. This is new tech and this is old tech. So this is what, technically outdated? Like, is that really what it is? Like, you know, because that's, I swear to you, that's air bubble, and I swear that they use that still today. The upper here, now this is new. This is fly wire. They use fuse, like right here. This fuse, and really that is new tech, but it's plastic. So you're paying $200+ for plastic. Does it really perform better? That's a yes or a no thing. That really depends on everybody's personal preference. However, this shoe is a good example of it. On top of the plastic, they have leather. And why did they put leather on there? For durability. Because leather is just more durable as far as abrasions go. As far as tears, rips, and creases, and retaining their shape, plastic is the way to go. I'll give it that. But as far as overall durability, leather is usually better. So I'm just kind of baffled. Like a lot of people were mad that I wore the Air Jordan 6, the Air Jordan 3, the Air Jordan 4, and all that stuff, and the tech saying that they're old. And it's kind of like, if you look at all of these Jordans, like the only thing that's different in any single shoe compared to the next one is the foam, and that didn't change until the Air Jordan 10. And then the 11 and stuff like that. And they have, in these guys here, like, I know that when I play in these, people might get mad at me and say, look, that's outdated tech. Like, look, it's not. This is exactly what's in there. It's a full-length air sole encased in foam. Then you have the upper here, which is patent leather, which is still really durable. They use this on the Mellow M8s because it's durable and it works. So I think it's weird that just because a shoe came out so long ago, people automatically judge, and again, I'm guilty of this because I did this also until I started playing in them all. But realistically, the only thing that's really outdated in these shoes is the midsole here, until they started making Phylon, and then now they have other materials like Lunarlon and I don't know, Cushlon and stuff like that. So I just think it's weird, you know, because if you look at these that just came out last year, and even if you look at these here, like, the only difference between any of them is the midsole, because they all have leather uppers. You know, they all have rubber outsoles. So, oh, sorry if you didn't know what, I put these down, 2010s, 2011s, and then, you know, then the 2012 is really where things start to change, and that's when they started using plastic. So, it's kind of like, really, why is it outdated, you know? I even got emails from people that were both happy and mad that I was going to be doing an Air Penny version of the Air Jordan project called the Air Penny project, and they were like, dude, the Air Penny line is outdated. It's like, dude, it's not. Like, they still use Nubuck, they still use Phylon, they still use Air, and in the forefoot there's Zoom. They still use all of this stuff today. Like, it's just not outdated. You got to keep an open mind with everything, otherwise you're missing out. Is it going to be better than the new stuff that's coming out performance wise? You know, really, I don't know until I play in it. So it could be not. So I just think that everybody needs to just kind of chill out stop sending me hate emails about me playing in older retros when these are my retros. Like, it's my decision and all that stuff. So, and realistically, like I was saying, the tech is just not that much different. The only thing different is the foam. The foam here. This is Phylon. You got rubber, you got zoom, you got leather. It's not different. It's not outdated, except for the foam, the polyurethane. That's the only thing outdated. So, you know, it's just interesting how people kind of get mad. They're like, oh, retros are only for style. It's like, they're only for style for you. But for me, and a lot of other people, even NBA and college players today, play in retros because they like to bring that style onto the court, which is the whole purpose behind the Air Jordan line. He was the one that brought style and function to the court. So, sorry to do that. Sorry to do that whole rant and everything. I'm just kind of tired of all the emails that I keep getting from people just getting mad at me and stuff. Like, it's just like, it's insane. You know, it's my channel, it's my videos, it's my feet, it's my body, it's my shoes. Like, what's the big deal? Like, they actually are good performers, you know what I mean? So, the Air Jordan 1 was a good performer other than the cushion. The Air Jordan 2 is a really solid performer. The Air Jordan 3 had very good performance other than the cushion. And that's the only thing that these early models have, is just their cushion's lacking a little bit. So, and you won't see an upgrade in cushion. And it's not just the cushion, because the cushion tech is the same. You won't see an upgrade in foam. The foam was the key. That was the thing. They did the same thing back with the Air Jordan 1. The Air Jordan 1 was rubber all the way through until they made polyurethane, and then boom, it was just automatically more comfortable. Then until the Air Jordan 10 era, you know, right into the mid 90s, they came out with Phylon, and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, that automatically more comfortable. And they've been using Phylon all the way up until now, which is then when they created Lunar Lawn and Lunar Foam, Cush Lawn, and all that stuff. So just small little tweaks here and there. It's just really, it's not outdated. It's just kind of crazy how people get on my case and everything, and just probably should just leave me alone. If you don't like what I'm doing, then just don't watch it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, this turned into a really big rant. I apologize. But yeah, I'm just kind of tired because people don't really understand that this stuff is not quite outdated as of now, because they still use this same materials all the way through, from the cushion all the way up to the upper. The only thing that's different might be the midsole. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Day 18. There you go. Sorry again. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 19. And till next time, guys, have a good one.